Creatine monohydrate is the most researched performance supplement on the market, yet it remains a source of constant anxiety. Some people avoid it entirely, fearing a bloated or puffy appearance, while others panic the moment they miss a dose, terrified their muscle mass will suddenly evaporate. To understand the actual science, we have to look past the myths and examine the hard biological stop point that every athlete hits, the 3-second energy wall. This molecule is adenosine triphosphate, or ATP, the primary energy carrier your cells use to power everything from a heavy bench press to a high-intensity sprint. The catch is that your body can only store enough ATP for a few seconds of maximum effort. Once those stores are depleted, your muscles hit a state of acute fatigue, your strength drops instantly, and you are forced to rack the weight. Overcoming this biological stoppage point isn't about artificial stimulants, but about how effectively your cells can recycle these exhausted molecules back into usable energy. When you supplement with creatine, you increase your body's phosphocreatine stores, creating a secondary energy reservoir within the muscle. During a workout, your body uses this to instantly regenerate depleted ATP, rebuilding broken energy molecules mid-set so your cells continue firing. This rapid regeneration means you can squeeze out those final growth-triggering reps that would have previously been impossible due to energy failure. This cellular process is also what causes the misunderstood water weight effect. Creatine does not cause subcutaneous water retention, which occurs under the skin and creates a soft, bloated look. Instead, it causes intracellular water retention. It pulls fluid directly inside the muscle cell, causing the tissue itself to swell and look significantly fuller. This expansion puts physical pressure on the internal structure of the cell. This stretching of the cell membrane is interpreted by the body as a signal to prioritize protein synthesis, which is how the added fluid volume translates into actual muscle hypertrophy over time. This energy recycling isn't restricted to your biceps, it scales up to your brain. High-level cognitive tasks rely on the same ATP currency that your muscles use during a heavy set. To test this, researchers looked at the effects of sleep deprivation, a state that typically causes a sharp decline in short-term memory and quick thinking. This chart compares the cognitive function of sleep-deprived subjects. While exhaustion normally destroys performance, the data showed that a single high dose of creatine partially reversed the fatigue-related mental decline. By giving the brain a faster way to replenish energy, the subjects were able to maintain focus and mental clarity even when their bodies were physically exhausted. This confirms that the supplement is a systemic energy accelerator, linking your physical output and your mental focus through one shared biological mechanism. If you decide to stop taking it, the most immediate change is an aesthetic one. Many users notice their muscles look flat within the first week. You may see a drop of 1 to 5 pounds on the scale, but as this diagram shows, you are only losing that extra intracellular water. The structural proteins, the actual muscle tissue you built, remain entirely untouched. Your internal stores also don't vanish instantly. Your liver, kidneys, and pancreas naturally produce about 1 gram of creatine every day. When you add in the creatine found naturally in animal foods like beef and salmon, the depletion becomes a gradual process, usually taking 4 to 6 weeks to return to your baseline levels. It's also important to note the 33% of people labeled as non-responders. Because these individuals naturally maintain maxed out creatine levels through their diet and genetics, they won't see any changes in strength or water retention whether they take the supplement or not. For everyone else, coming off the supplement means you'll have less ATP available for rapid recycling. You might drop a rep or two on your heavy sets, but as long as you maintain heavy mechanical tension and fight the fatigue, your muscle mass will stay right where it is. Because of its safety profile, you can utilize this energy tool long-term or cycle off it without any fear of biological harm. Ultimately, providing your cells with more energy is an advantage, but it isn't a shortcut. It is an accelerator for the work you are already doing in the gym. By reducing the speed of cellular fatigue, creatine allows you to train harder for longer, but your physique will always be defined by the consistency of your training and your nutrition.